Hi, I'm Britt. Welcome to Kettlebell Solo Class. I'm so excited that you're here with me today. Kettlebell Solo is a foundational kettlebell program that builds strength, enhances fitness, and improves body awareness. There is no kettlebell experience required, and beginners and advanced lifters alike will gain benefit from the class. All you need to participate is one 10 to 30 pound kettlebell. And if you're interested in passing kettlebells with a partner in the future, this is the best way to prepare your body to do so. Something I love about Kettlebell Solo is that while some of the workouts might seem easy, it's these easy workouts that build a solid foundation of strength and fitness, and a body composition that most people associate with harder workouts. Harder workouts aren't necessarily better, they're just harder. And if you're not able to fully recover from them, they can mess with your future workouts and even sideline you. It's the easier workouts that allow you to build your strength and capacity safely. There is a time and place to push yourself, and it's best used as a way to test your strength and fitness rather than a way to build your strength and fitness. Being able to do these classes more frequently because you're able to recover from them, it is a better, more sustainable way to get healthy and build longevity. As always, I'd like you to remember to please listen to your body during class today. If you need to slow down, if you need to do less reps or choose an easier variation or just take a water break, please listen and do so. Since I'm not there to monitor you in person, I'd like to invite you to please be responsible for your own needs and adjust the class accordingly. Now we're going to review the stances we'll use in class today, and then we'll get warmed up. In Kettlebell Solo, there's two different types of stances we use: square stances and stagger stances. We like to use a wide variety of stances because it helps prepare your body for different positions and builds a more well-rounded strength. In today's class, we'll be using all three square stances and one stagger stance. So please follow along with me as we briefly review them. The first square stance is narrow square. So your feet will be right next to each other, legs touching. This is your narrow square stance. The second stance will be a neutral square. So feet about hip width apart. That's neutral square. Wide square is our last one, feet wider than hip width. For our stagger stance we'll be using a neutral short stagger stance. So from your neutral square position, you'll take one step forward, and that's neutral short. So from the side, that's neutral, one step forward, neutral short. With our stagger stances, we'll always be switching sides and doing the exercise in the stagger stance on the other side as well. Now, follow along with me. Let's get started with our warm-up. So find a comfortable standing position. We'll get started by checking in with our neck. So you're going to go ahead and tuck your chin into your chest and then slowly look up to the ceiling. Use nice gentle breathing here, and use this as a time to notice how your neck is feeling, how your back is feeling. If there's anything feeling stiff or tight, just take note and use that to help you decide what exercises and how many reps to do during class today. Come back to center. Go ahead and turn, look over your right shoulder, and then slowly turn, look over your left. Take your time. No straining here. So just go to where you feel a gentle stretch. And you'll notice that if you're gentle and kind with your body, it will usually reward you by giving you a little bit of more range of motion as you go along. Breathing nice and easy here. That's going to tell the body it's safe. And coming back to center, let's drop that right ear down to the right shoulder. Then nice and slow through the center, left ear to the left shoulder. Nice, easy breathing. Good, returning to center. Let's do some full circles with the neck. Tuck the chin, roll the chin to that right shoulder. Slowly drop your right ear and start to extend back and around. Don't feel you need to extend all the way, just go to your comfort level. Left ear down, then start to tuck the chin into the chest. Reverse, chin to that left shoulder. Drop the left ear, extending back and around, right ear down, chin to chest, one more each direction, reverse it, chin to the right shoulder, drop the right ear, extending back and around, left ear down, chin to chest. Last one, reverse it, chin to the left shoulder, left ear down, extend, right ear comes down, chin tucks in to chest. Good. Go ahead and bring the neck back to neutral position. Pelvic tilts are up next. I'll show you from the side. Let's start in a narrow square stance. So feet are pressed together, legs are pressed together. I like to do a slight bend in the knees on our tilts. Going to open up a little more range of motion for the pelvis. Hands on the hips, and we're going to just tilt ever so gently the pelvis back and forth. This is a great exercise to gently strengthen your lower back and your lower abdominal muscles. And it's going to help us get comfortable with determining what position our pelvis is in when we're doing different exercises. So you'll hear me refer back to our pelvic tilt when I cue you for positioning on some of our movements during the class. So just know that this exercise is preparing you for some of the things that we'll be doing later on. As always, think of a gentle effort, about 10% effort of contracting the low back muscles, 10% effort of contracting the abdominals. And we want to try to get this movement to be as smooth and fluid as possible. If it feels a little herky-jerky to start, that's okay, that's normal. Just do your best to start to make it nice, smooth, and fluid. Okay, we're going to step into a neutral square. So feet about hip width apart. We're going to do one more set of pelvic tilts here. So hands back to those hips. You can use that to literally help your pelvis tilt and really ensure that you're isolating this movement just to your pelvis rather than really arching with your entire spine. So try to keep the upper back where it is and just focus on tilting the pelvis only. Engaging the lower abdominals is also going to be helpful in feeling less stress on your lower back during some of our strength building movements like deadlifts and squats. If you feel a lot of pressure on your lower back when you're doing those movements, you can check your pelvis position and make sure you're engaging your lower abdominals, as that will help take some weight off of your lower back. Good. Next, we're going to do a combo exercise. We're going to work our handcuff and our hip hinge. So for the handcuff, remember you have a few options. Arms can be straight, arms can be bent, palms can be flat together, or they can be apart, and you can use a combo of those movements. So you can go palms apart or together with bent arms, or palms apart or together with straight arms. So choose a variation that works for you. Now we're going to find a kickstand position in neutral short stagger. So we're going to be doing kickstand deadlifts today. So our setup here is going to help us make that setup a little faster when we get to round one. So we're going to use a neutral short stagger. So from your neutral width, step forward 1 foot length for short. Now for kickstand, we're going to shift 80% of our weight to our front foot. Just keep 20% of the weight on the back. So if you can see, my back heel's lifting and I'm up on the ball of my foot. So most of the work is going to happen on this front leg. Find your handcuff, and now we're going to go ahead and do our hip hinge here. So you should feel a lot of work in this glute and hamstring as you go through this movement. Go ahead and find the depth that feels right for you. If you feel it at all in your lower back, perhaps don't go quite as low into your hinge. Okay, we're going to do 10 reps per side. That's 3. Keep a squeeze between your shoulder blades. 4, this is going to help us keep the back nice and flat on this hip hinge. 5, really think of pushing your booty back. Little bend in that front leg. 6, barely any weight on that back leg. It's just there for balance, essentially. 7, 8, 9, and 10. And as I mentioned before, our stagger stance exercises are always going to happen on the other side as well. So set back up here. Shift 80% of your weight to the front foot. Keep about 20% on the back. Find your handcuff position. If you need to shake it out for a moment, feel free to do so. And then reset. And let's go into that hip hinge here, 10 reps. So this is, in addition to being a great way to start to train that one leg more than the other, this is going to prepare us to do a single leg deadlift in the future. So it's a gentler way to train one leg more than the other without requiring the balance component that's required to do a single leg deadlift, which we will explore in future classes when we're ready for it. That's 5. 6, really pushing that foot down into the ground as you come up, using that front leg to straighten. 7, feeling this in our front glute and hamstring. 8, 9, one more. 10. Very nice. We'll revisit that again in a bit. Our next exercise, we're going to do a wide square stance squat, so feet wider than hip width. When we do a wide stance squat, you have two options. You can keep your toes pointed straight forward, or you can slightly angle them out. Whichever one you use, just make sure your knees track the same direction as your toes. So if you're pointing straight forward, your knees should go in the same direction your toes do. If you're angling out, your knees should angle slightly outward. So go ahead and choose whatever variation feels best on your hips. I like to do a slight angle outward, and we'll do 10 reps. Here we go. Coming on down and driving up. That's 1. Think about keeping your weight shifted slightly towards your heels. That's going to help you activate your hamstrings and glutes a little bit more on this drill. That's 3. Inhale it down. Exhale it up. This is going to prepare us for a similar breathing pattern when we're using our kettlebell. I think that's 5. I'm starting to lose track already. That's what happens when I talk too much. 6. Inhale it down. 7. Exhale it up. 8. Remember, you can slightly tuck your tailbone under if you're feeling your low back at all, and that's going to help you use those lower abs. That's 9. 10. Good. You can bring that stance in. We're going to finish our warm up out with a little bit of ankle mobility. We're going to do toe rolls. So for this, I'd like you to think about tracing a circle around your big toe. So you're going to roll over the top of the toes and then come back rolling around. Okay, so you're going to do about 5 reps in each direction. Maybe a little bit sensitive. So if your toes are sensitive, don't push too hard. If you want a little bit more of a stretch, it doesn't feel too bad, you can place a little bit more pressure on that. But again, we're not about forcing or straining in this class. We're just about exploring our bodies, being kind and gentle with our bodies, and seeing what they need today. Good. If you haven't reversed, go ahead and reverse. And if you're not really sure exactly what I'm doing or how to do it, just play around with it or just wriggle your foot around. I will think you're doing it. Besides, I can't even see you anyway. As long as you're feeling some stretch on the toes, on your foot, on your ankle, you're doing it right. Good. Let's go ahead and switch sides. So we're going to roll over the top of those toes, tracing that circle around your big toe. Good, then reverse it out. So going around onto the top of that pinky toe first, then rolling it around. Feels kind of good. Hopefully it feels good for you too. If it doesn't, you may want to stretch your toes out a little bit more often. It's good for the feet. All right. Excellent. We're done with our warm-up. We're going to go into our first set. So for our first round, As I mentioned, we're gonna be doing kickstand deadlifts today. So for our kickstand deadlift, I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do here. We're gonna set up in our neutral short stagger, remembering that we're gonna shift 80% of the weight to the front leg and just keep 20% on the back. We're also gonna be doing our kickstands in tempo. Tempo means we're gonna be going really nice and slow every single rep. We're gonna think 4 counts down, 4 counts up, and I'll count it out for you. We're gonna do 5 reps on one side, then we're gonna switch our stagger stance and do it on the other. So set yourself up in that neutral short stagger, so neutral width, 1 foot length forward, shift that weight 80% to the front leg, come on down. We're gonna start our rep from the top, so go ahead and stand up with your bell. Meet me here. Here's where we're gonna start rep number 1. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 2. Keep that weight in the front leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 5. Good. Switching sides with that stagger stance. Now on this exercise, just to check your back position, make sure your back stays nice and flat here. Again, when we're in that bottom position, we're not looking to overarch the lower back or like stick your butt out so much that you're straining your lower back, nor are we trying to tuck our booty under. Think of finding a middle position where you're flat, you're sticking your booty out a little bit, but you're still engaging your lower abs. If you're not sure whether you're rounding your back at the bottom, then maybe just don't go quite as low and just go to where you know you can maintain your nice flat back position. Here we go. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 5. Slowly bringing that bell back down. That's exercise number 1. Exercise number 2, we've got thigh circles. Everyone loves the thigh circles. We're gonna go neutral square position. We're gonna find a quarter squat, and we're gonna be doing our circles here. So we're gonna stay static, meaning I'm not gonna pulse up and down on this one. I'm just gonna stay in that bottom position here and hold it. We're gonna go 5 reps clockwise, 5 reps counterclockwise on the right, then we'll switch it to the left. Get ready, get set, and go. 1, 2, remember you can always do thigh rainbows if you need to modify. 3, 4, they're gonna be just as hard or maybe harder. 5, reverse it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go, left side, clockwise first. 1, take your time. 2, 3, 4, 5. Reverse it. That's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Bells down, shake the legs out. Exercise number 3, we're going to be doing an A-turn handoff with a step today. So this exercise, the A turn, we've done in every single class so far. So if you've done any classes, you know the A turn. What we're going to do today is we're going to step with it. We're going to start with our right leg and do 10 reps. Then we'll move on to our left leg. So what we'll do is I'll show you step, step, then we pause. Step, step, then we pause. You're kind of just rocking with the kettlebell. You're moving in opposition to where the kettlebell's going. So when the kettlebell goes back, I go forward. When it goes forward, I go back. So give it a shot. We're going to do 10 reps together. So what we'll do is we're going to start with a 3 count. 1, 2, 3. You'll bring it across without a step. Then we'll start here with step, step. Okay, and we'll do 10 reps. So go ahead and get ready. Grab your bell, start in your narrow square stance. We're going to do our 3 count together and go. 1, 2, 3. Up and over. Here we go. Step, step. 1. Step, step. 2. Step, step. 3. Step, step. 4. Count it out with me. Step, step. 5. It helps to say step, 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 step. 6. Step, step. 7. Step, step. 8. Step, step. 9. Step, step. 10. Good. So in addition to it just being more fun to count out loud, it actually does help you to count out loud because you hear what the timing is supposed to be and it's easier for your body to match it. So I encourage you to count and say step, step with me when we do this other side. So start with the bell on your left side. This time we're going to do the same thing, stepping with that left. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Bring it across. Here we go. Step, step. 1. Step, step. 2. Step, step. 3. Step, step. 4. Step, step. 5. Step, step. 6. Step, step. 7. Step, step. 8. Step, step. 9. Step, step. 10. That's fun, right? I think it's fun. Hopefully you guys think it's fun too. Okay, that completes our first set of our first round of exercises. We're gonna go back through. So we're gonna go back to our tempo kickstand deadlift. So go ahead and grab your bell. We're gonna get 5 reps each side. Find your neutral short stagger. 80% of your weight on that front leg. Hinge in the hips, grab your bell. We'll start it from our top position. Here we go. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 5. Nice work. Switching our stance. 80% of the weight on that front leg. Lift the back heel. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 5. Slowly bring your bell down. Set it down. Excellent job. Round 2 of our thigh circles. We're going to do pulses this time. So we're going to knock it up to 10 reps. And remember, you can always stay with 5 reps if that's what feels most comfortable for you today. So find your neutral square stance. Pulse means we're going to be going up and down with the kettlebell. So as you go down as the kettlebell goes down, you go up as the kettlebell goes up. So, okay, so we're going to pulse it here. We got 10 reps each direction, or any range between there, 5 to 10, whatever works best for you. Ready, set, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Reverse it. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. We'll switch to that other side. Remember, nice easy breathing if you can, in and out through your nose. Ready? Clockwise first. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Reverse it. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Those sure get your heart rate up a little bit more. Okay, so for our last set of our A turn with step, you have two options. You can stay with the first one if that was pretty challenging for you. Please feel free to stay with the same thing we did last time, where you first do the reps on your right for 10, and then you'll do the reps on your left. If you'd like to challenge yourself a little bit more, you can try the quick step. So quick step means we're going to go right, left, right, left, right, left. So I'll show you. What we'll do is we'll start 1, 2, 3. You'll bring it across, and then here you're going to step, step, and step, 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 step. Okay, so we're going to end up doing 10 on each side, 20 total there. So you choose. I'm going to do the quick step, so you can follow with me if you like. If you'd like to do the same thing we did the first round, go for it. So we're going to do our 3 count. We're going to let it swing here without stepping, and then we're going to start our first rep on that right leg, and then right into the left. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Let it swing, and here we go. Step, 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 step. 1, step, 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 step. 2, 1, step, step, step. 3, step, 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 step. 4, step, 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 step. 5, step, 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 step. 6, step, 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 step. 7, step, 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 step. 8, step, 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 step. 9, step, 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 step. 10. Excellent job. Good work challenging yourself with a new movement today. Those are tough. If you didn't quite get the timing of it, it's okay. It'll come back up in future classes and you'll have more chances to practice. Hopefully you just had fun with trying the practice and attempting to do it. Next round of exercises, we're going to go on to a regular pace kickstand deadlift. So we're going to do 10 reps this time. We're just going to go a little bit faster, so no need to do the slow counting of tempo. Then we've got thigh circle figure 8s, which are coming up for the first time in class, and then we'll finish it with an around the body handoff drill. So meet me here in your kickstand position. So same setup as our first round. We're just going to be going a little bit faster and doing more reps, 10 reps per side. Shift 80% of that weight to the front leg. Grab your bell. We're going to start from the top, stand up. Here we go. Tap it down and up. That's 1. You can adjust your pace. 2, if you want to go a little faster, a little slower than I'm doing, go for it. That's 3, 4, 5. We're feeling this mostly on that front hip and glute. 6, 7. Remember, you can go to whatever depth feels right for you. 8, you don't have to go to the ground. 9, 10. Switching sides, shifting that weight. You're up on the ball of the back foot. Here we go. 1, inhale down, exhale up. 2, 3, squeeze your glute and your core at the top. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bringing the bell down. Exercise number 2, thigh circle figure 8. As I mentioned, first time we're doing this in class today. Really exciting. Okay, we've done our shin circle figure 8, but this time we're going to do thigh circle. So I will show you first, and then we'll start together. So you're going to find that same position you found for your regular thigh circle. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go up and over, and then you're going to bring it under. So you're just making a figure 8 across the thighs. Now, if you need a little more space, if you feel like you're hitting your legs or you got a bigger bell like I do, feel free to go a little wider. If you want to do more of a wide stance, that's okay also. And if you want to substitute this exercise for a thigh rainbow, you can do that as well. If it feels a little bit challenging to reach under and grab that handle, then you can do that. And as a reminder, when we're doing these, we're trying our best to stay upright as we're doing the exercise, as opposed to really rounding the back in order to get there. Now, if you're staying as upright you can, and there's a little bit of rounding of the shoulders forward, not that big of a deal unless it's feeling painful, but do your best to keep your back tall. And again, getting lower through the legs will make it easier to reach. It will just be harder on your legs. Okay, find your stance. We're going to do 5 reps in each direction, starting on the outside of that right leg, coming down. Ready, set, and go. Up and over, under, back over. Here we go. That's 1. Nice, easy breathing. Take your time. 2, 3, 4, 5, we're going to reverse it. I'm going to step to the side so you can see my back position here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You can see why we don't need a lot of reps on the static ones. Those are tough. For our third drill, we're going to do an around the body handoff switch. So you're going to stand in a neutral square position. Instead of starting at the hip like we normally do, I'd like you to start a little higher, up at chest level. We're going to work our arms a little bit more. So what we're going to do is we're going to do our around the body handoff, and we're going to bring it up every time and toss it back down. So you're going to use a little bit of push on the way down. Okay, so we're going to just be practicing a switch, get a little more work on the arms. So let's start together. We're going to do 20 reps total. So just every rep is a rep. So 10 reps in each direction, essentially. So start with that weight up at your chest, hand gripping the corner of your right handle so it's easy to grab the side of the handle with your left hand. Ready, set, and go. Push the bell. That's 1. Push it back. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Count with me now, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, almost there, 19, 20, good, and rest. Grab a quick sip of water if you need it. We have one more set through this second round of exercises, starting with our tempo kickstand. You can get your bell set up when you're ready. And just a reminder, as we're going through these classes, we're not trying to rush and really get our heart rate up super high. This is more of a slow strength class and about taking enough recovery between exercises so you can really feel good and maintain the quality of your form with each exercise, and so it's enjoyable. And as I mentioned in the intro, you don't need to constantly get your heart rate up super high to get a good workout. It's something you do every once in a while. That's great to test your heart, but it's not something you need to be doing every day when you work out. Sometimes a more gentle workout is going to be easier to recover from and allow you to move more consistently. All right, let's get ready. Last round of our kickstand deadlifts. Hopefully your booties and hamstrings are feeling this a little bit. So 80% of the weight in that front leg. Sink it down, grab your bell so we can start at the top. Here we go. Bring it down. Remember, you can choose the pace that feels right for you here. 1. Try to feel that same engagement you felt on your tempo. 2. 3. If you'd like to continue doing tempo, you're welcome to. 4. Inhale down. Exhale up. 5. Keeping the lower abdomen engaged. 6. 7. 8. Driving into that front heel as you stand up. 9. 10. Switching our stance, find your neutral short on the other side. Lift up that back heel, weight to the front foot, and go. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. Last 2. 9. Last 1. 10. Bells down. Okay, we've got our thigh circle figure 8. Anyone want to guess how we're going to do this one? Static or pulse? You probably already guessed it. We're going to be doing pulses with this version of the figure 8. So our first round, we did 5 reps each direction static. Now we're going to do 10 reps each direction pulse. So we're going to keep that in rhythm with our first round. So remember that we got to make the full figure 8 for 1 rep. So it's got to go around each leg in order to count as 1, 8, and then we'll reverse direction. So if you're not sure how to count it, try to just stay at my pace and then I'll count it for you. Okay, so start with that bell outside your right leg. Remember, we're going up and down with the movement of the bell. Ready, set, go. So we go up and under. That's 1. 2. Don't rush it. 3. 4. Nice easy breathing as best you can. 5. Tuck that tailbone a little bit. 6. Engage your lower abs. 7. Stay tall, get lower through your legs. 8. 9, 10. Reverse it. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, we're almost there. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bells down. Excellent job. Last thing on the docket here before we go into our cool down is our around the body switch. So neutral square position, grab your kettlebell, bring it up to about chest level. Remember, we're switching every rep, 20 reps total. Ready, set, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Count it out with me. 6, 7, 8, 9, push it down. 10, 11, grab hold of it though. 12, grip that bell handle pretty good. 13, keep your shoulders strong. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Excellent. Bells down. Whew, we're done with our kettlebells. We're going to move into our cool down. So we're going to, as I have mentioned many times when we're doing our pelvic tilts, we like to use our pelvic tilts as part of our cool down as well. It's a great way to kind of reset the pelvis position in your low back, ease any stiffness that's come up in your back, either during the class or at any other point throughout your day. So let's start in a narrow square stance, feet pressed together, little bend in the knees. I want you to place your hands on your hips. Now start to breathe in and out through your nose. So you can start to slow your heart rate down from those thigh circle figure eights. And go ahead and gently tilt the pelvis. Do about 10 reps here. I say about 10 because sometimes I lose track and maybe we do more like 12 or 15. But that's not a bad thing. These are, again, just great for your body overall and resetting as a way to cool down after any kind of training you do. Take your time with it. Don't feel you need to move at the same pace that I do. Just move at whatever pace feels right for your body today. It could be slower, it could be a little faster, but if you're going real fast, make sure it's nice and smooth. Better to take your time on it. Really feel each part of the movement. All right, that's got to be about 10. Let's come into a neutral square stance. We're going to come into a hinge. Place your hands on your knees, or if you have a chair or even your kettlebell, you can place your hands there. We just want to take a little bit of the weight off here. And go ahead and do your pelvic tilt here. Lifting up the back of the pelvis as you engage the low back muscles gently, and then tuck your tailbone under. Think of pulling your lower abdomen towards your spine. And gently breathing in and out through the nose. Go ahead and do 3 more. Good. We're going to finish out our cool down with a couple of breathing exercises. The first one is a crocodile breath. So I introduced this in the last class, but if you haven't done it yet, we'll review it really quickly. You're going to be laying face down on the ground. You're going to make a little pillow with your hands, place your forehead on it, and you're going to think about breathing into the floor, or expanding your belly into the floor and lifting your spine up away from the ground as you inhale, and as you exhale, letting that spine drop back down towards the ground. So this is going to help you strengthen your diaphragm and your respiratory muscles. So go ahead and follow along with me. We'll do about 10 breaths. Okay, so we're going to take our hands to the floor, take your forehead to your hands, and as you inhale, you're going to think about lifting your spine up and away from the floor. As you exhale, dropping it back down to the floor. Once you get to 10 reps, you're going to go ahead and just turn over and lay on your back. We're going to finish out our cool down with nasal belly breathing. So that just means similar to what we're doing with the crocodile breath, except we're going to be laying on our back. As you inhale, expand the belly, and as you exhale, letting the belly collapse. Nice gentle breathing. Make your breaths as slow as you can without straining. And it is 5 minutes. If you've never done 5 minutes before, or you know it's tough for you, just know you may have some thoughts come up. You may feel like getting up and stopping the breathing, but do your very best to stay present. Just tune into your breathing, tune into your heart rate, and take that time for yourself to relax and slow down. So I'm going to set my timer for 5 minutes. We're going to do it together. So go ahead and lay down, get comfortable. You can take your hands to your belly if you like, and just start your breathing eyes closed. I'll let you know when we get to 5 minutes. That's our timer. Come on back up. Thank you so much for being here today. Be sure to congratulate yourself on taking this time for yourself. I encourage you to recover fully before doing your next workout, and be sure to spread the kindness and love today to yourself and to the people around you.